Tonight on Hipstar Tonight. Now available on iTunes. Purchases now online at hipstar.ca. The original 1-800-NEED-A-GIMMICK.com. Please send your contributions to the Heart and Soul Foundation. It is tonight. Tonight on Hipstar Tonight.
I have to say shit at this point in the program. It makes sense.
Productivity does wonders for the self-esteem, don't it? You know, when you're depressed and you're down and you're all blue, you know what's going to make it better. You know, go work out. People who work out have the least chance of having mental illness. Yeah, you know what you're going to do, but it's just when you're in those modes, you don't do it. But you know what? Sometimes those surges hit you. Unbelievable. That amount of pride mixed with confidence that your mentality takes over. Ugh. Whew, I'm feeling it. I hope you are too today. Wednesday, May 24, 2017. Happy Social Media Day on a 2-4. Glad this didn't fall on a weekend. Otherwise, I don't know if we'd be able to speak. We'd be like, wrestling. Oh, fuck it. You know? Just like you last year, man. Fuck, I had to pick you up out of, was that fucking Tilsonburg? I don't remember. You were a mess, though.
7-Eleven.
Yeah, right on the corner. You were there for hours just waiting on... Not even a 24 hours 7-Eleven either. You're just waiting out front.
I get in these urges. Sometimes I get this desperate need for, like, nachos with hot cheese on it. And I remember that show was the May 2-4... Another Fug Dalton special. Yeah, right? What are you going to do? Drink yourself some?
I
don't know. I started reflecting on it lately. Like, I am so fucking sick to death of A, doing this podcast, but B, going to these fucking shows. Like, and I hate that.
It's your job,
like, I just hate that, like, I've been around long enough that I don't want to do these shows, but you feel like, you know, they're going to book you for Canada Day. Go outside, manage some jobber because it's like a type show.
Cheap heat.
You know, fucking sweat your ass off and do Canada Day, do May 2-4, do all these fucking... So you have no weekends to yourself anymore.
Of course not. You asked for
and
this
then these wrestling marks want you to keep promoting and, like, keep booking these shows so you don't get late all summer long because... Oh, I gotta go do a show. Like, women find this fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, right? Well, at first it's cute. And it's like, ooh, my boyfriend, he's going to do shows. But then once it gets repetitive, it verges into becoming redundant. And you can't excuse anymore. Sorry, babe, can't meet your parents. I gotta go manage the Asian Nightmare. Or Matteo Shintonti. I can't do it. Sorry, babe.
I remember the feeling of Jen Blake was in town one time and she was booked on this Rose City fucking parade show or something against Bia.
Okay.
And I was single at the time, and you know, I was like, I'm like just blown away by Jen Blake, but I'm thinking in my head like, she's so disgusted at this point, walking through the grass.
Yeah,
it's a weekend. You know, she came to Mexico. It's a fucking PWA ring that's like falling on its ass.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting like staring at Lenny Lilac, you know, trying to entertain the fans. And I'm just looking at these jobber boys like fucking over a weekend, and I'm just like, my life is in shambles when I look at it. Like, this is what I'm looking at doing. Like,
especially from their point of view. Yeah, I understand. It's like I was treated like a legendary gaijin over in another country, and I come here and I'm getting ticks just walking to the ring. Like, and then you're gonna take a leg sweep and you're gonna carry on those ticks onto the other person, and they're gonna blame you. Like, what the fuck, man? Like, I think you have a disease. Like, no, it's not me. It's the venue. Like, what do you want?
Let me ask you something. What do you think, besides wrestling, that Lenny Lilac does for like anything? I mean, like, and what do you think goes through his mindset?
Cafeteria cook. High school cafeteria cook. That's what I'm guessing.
That's not a good life, is it?
No,
like,
probably
to me,
not.
No.
Well, if you're doing a solid 9 to 5, you know your hours, and you're getting out earlier, right, during the week, and then you have that release on the weekend. I think that's healthy. Everybody needs that sort of release, and he's got that. Like you, Jay, you're always on the road, so it's nothing different for you. You're just always traveling, man. That's your job. So it's...
Yeah, but, like, can you imagine, like, I couldn't fathom the thought of me stirring up some spaghetti or something for a bunch of kids and wondering what my next set of gimmicks is going to look like.
Right?
You know, and I'm going to, like pop the fans. Like, it just seems like something I don't want to do anymore, man.
Well, maybe you don't want to do it. Maybe this is a good outlet for you then, because you know what you know. You're an expert at something, and you got to voice it, otherwise you're not an expert. So this is your outlet. You're a spectator. Right? You're a critique.
I used to think that, but the fact that, like, I got to sneak into another room to do a show because, you know, my chick is sleeping or something, it just seems like, shouldn't I be with my chick at this age?
Do you
like,
want to? Are you gonna wake her up and be like,
run off and do a show about Lenny Lilac?
Hey,
it
babe,
just seems like...
I know you gotta wake up at 7 a.m., but can I just get a little something, please? Please? You don't even have to be awake. I can just do it. Hey,
I think my woman, like, sees through me now. Like, I used to pretend like I'm some sort of fucking podcast superstar.
Yeah, well, that didn't take long for her to see through your shit, eh? That's gotta be a first. Well, she's seen through the line.
It's annoying. Like, she knows that, you know, I wasn't at the WWE. Like, that used to be my go-to, that I used to do OVW.
Yeah, right?
You know?
Yeah. I was there, yeah. Just like Jeff Batista would always say, like, I could have been in the NHL if I felt like it. I was in Junior B for the longest time, but...
I tell, like, women or people at work or people that don't know me in the business that I was in OVW one time in the developmental territories and my visa ran out. Yeah. And they wouldn't renew my visa.
Hard luck, yeah.
So it's like, you can check me out on YouTube, you know.
And then the custom officer was a huge mark, and he recognized your face from a poster that he had signed, and then you got banned. That was it. That was your run, which is okay, all right? I think it's good that you have a show like this, honestly, where you can just let it out and tell exactly how you feel, what you don't like and what you do. Hey, man, it could be worse. You could be Dave Meltzer, all right? And goddamn, like, I listen to everybody to give them a chance. I got to know what's going on in the news that I care about. And goddamn,
he's got an opinion on Backlash, I'm sure.
Does, but he doesn't. It's like he wants these individual clips put up, like Dave Meltzer shoots, and the entire fucking show is about, it was a good show. You know, I was really proud of it. What a great match between these guys. Like, everything is a fucking 5-star to him now. And this is the thing. NBA, major sport announcers that even work directly for the company, it's their job to critique. They'll tell you if Williamson is sucking this game. They'll tell you straight up about why. Dave Meltzer is always saying, this was really, really good. Like, does he think that he's gonna fucking, like, he's worried to really tell the truth, say he doesn't like something, or else the Fed's not gonna pick him up? They don't care about him, man. He works outside. Why are all these guys so afraid to say something is bad?
It's not just that, though. He wants his invitation to the Hall of Fame. He wants his invitation to WrestleMania. Yeah. Like, he knows maybe he doesn't get a job, but he's a dick sucker, a cocksucker. Like, I love Triple H, so I got to protect the business.
I don't like it. I don't agree with it.
They have to protect the business, even though they're just a writer that came from fucking high school.
Yeah, like, Bret Hart talked about me in his book. Did you read it? Right. Oh, you didn't get to that chapter? Oh, well, it was in the middle there somewhere.
Wrestling is a real easy way to any sort of credibility. Like, suddenly I'm a writer for wrestling. You know what I mean? Like, it's a real easy way to break in.
Well, you just said it yourself. Like, you can drop names like OVW or Florida and just say that, like, I was there, you know? Oh, yeah, that guy who's world champ right now?
Business, he's my buddy. I have a camera and I can take pictures of matches, you know, and they post that, and then suddenly the promotion's your client.
Yeah, exactly.
All of a sudden.
Oh, man. Meltzer would never compliment Jinder Mahal in a million years. And the fact that I had to listen to this episode over the week about how he just fucking loves them and is a brilliant move for the company. Oh, god damn it. Oh, fuck. And let's talk about how racist all the fucking Republican wrestling watchers are out there talking about, like, this fucking guy's not my champ. Hashtag not my champ. And they're, like, doing shit like that. It's just showing, like, how fucking, like, pitiful and disgusting North America is by reacting to our new champ. But, man, like, Meltzer won't touch on that. Of course he won't. All he'll say is, it was a really good match.
He'll love it. He'll love it. I didn't even know he was Canadian. Like, who trained this guy?
How do all these guys, once they actually come up, all of a sudden they're Canadian? Like Brock Lesnar's Canadian all of a sudden now. Like everybody's Canadian that makes success. It's because we don't have that much talent as far as music, movies, anything in show business goes, that Canada needs to fucking put a stamp on it instantly. Because Canadian talent kind of sucks, man. Like, I mean, fuck.
I'm very proud of the fact that Brock has turned his back on his country and is Canadian. That makes me so proud. I love it. I watch UFC. He comes out with the Canadian flag.
Yeah.
He's from Saskatchewan, and that's the end of it.
Brock Lesnar in the prairies. Brock Lesnar in the prairies. What do you think? There's no mountains up there. He's got nothing to climb.
No, evidently, you have to drive halfway down a laneway to get to a phone on a wire.
Yeah.
There's no phone service. There's no nothing. His fences are like 12 feet high.
You tell me that's kind of life he
wants
enjoys?
To be left alone.
He's the next big thing.
That's why he lives in Saskatchewan. Like, he just wants to hunt, and fucking he doesn't want neighbors, and he's bitchy.
Yeah, but now his wife can't get a good signal to post all these sexy Instagram photos. So how's she supposed to make a living?
Now.
Right? Like, they're schmolled. Like, Sonny can still put out a porno. Anybody can, all right? Listen.
Yeah, but Sonny's got no money. Like,
Sonny got no
Mark
money,
Merrill's
honey.
chick's got money.
Yeah.
She's with Brock.
Yeah, ain't that a shame when you grow up looking at these sex icons? Like, I'm sure there's a lot of people that even kind of fantasize over Brock after a while, but once they put up these lucrative videos and they release this smut, then I'm kind of put off, man. Like, not to name drop, but Paige and Sonny were some major letdowns in my sexual fantasies. Like, now I just I don't want to be like banging a starfish while watching your match. Like, how good was I? Tell me how good I was.
Yeah, I don't think they care.
Exactly.
I think, Sonny just cares about selling herself on Skype, and there's nothing wrong with that.
No.
There's a market for that too,
yeah.
and I'm proud of her, and I really don't care if I don't see Rena Marrow anymore, and quite frankly, I wish I would stop seeing Mark Merrill. Like, stop posting every day that you're doing a speech. Like, you're the one that's a loser, bud. You're the one that lost your wife to Brock Lesnar.
Well,
Brock Lesnar.
Come on, like that's actually kind of a bragging right. Like, I had a hot wife, but she went on. She wanted muscle, and here I am.
But let me tell you something.
What?
That shatters a man, and he's turned to depression, and that's why he figures he needs to do speeches.
Yeah.
Because every day he's got to think positive.
Well, he's
got
the wild man.
Positive to the point where he's got to go and tell people about it. He
Johnny
lost a WWE career and a wife.
Yeah, and a boxing career. Like
that's enough to break you down, pal.
Not enough to really get you in a Hall of Fame of any of the three fields you tried to do. And
nobody knows him anymore.
Exactly. Who are we talking about again? Mark? Oh, we're just talking about another Mark, eh? Oh, fuck.
Yeah. This is probably the same time he broke into the business with Triple H when, they got into WCW, and they probably don't like him. Like, fuck it.
Which is too bad,
even if you're Triple H, would you rather do business with Brock or Mark Merrill?
Depends.
I think Brock.
Depends what I want to do. If we're going to bring back that little boxing gimmick just to show the tough man part of wrestling, then maybe Wild Man would be a good coordinator.
Wild Man again.
Yeah.
Spraying your confetti all over the ring.
Yeah.
Like, that's like a chick move now.
Well, yeah, but hey, who cares, Like, they didn't have the chance that they do now.
We could put the poll up on hipstar.ca, but really I don't think anybody gives a flying fuck about Mark Merrow, and I don't think that he'll ever be back.
Do you miss Mark Merrow? Yes, no, maybe, we'll see. Yeah, I miss Mark Merrow. I was a huge Mark Merrow fan, but then again, I was also a huge Ahmed Johnson fan, so, showed what I was liked as a kid, Not much. Not much. I just like charisma. I just like guys that were loud, but until I grew up and I realized that it just blows you up fast if you just yell right away. You just get blown up, and then your in-ring work kind of sucks. It's not worth it,
Well, I'm for one happy about Tinder Mahal.
Yep.
Being on the show and the champion, and I think
as you should.
For me, it opens up advertising for Tinder itself, and for number two, I think we need a little more racism in wrestling. I think that's what we were talking about, earlier in this week or last week. Like, we've lost the heat on these shows, where everybody just wants to be, Kevin Owens against this guy,
right?
AJ.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's a good little flippity-flop Ring of Honor sort of thing, and they could talk about their history. But what about actually hating a guy again?
Exactly. Exactly.
You know?
Actually hating him for who he is and sending
Yes.
his family death threats. Like, if Trump won office and he went back to wrestling, that would be the best thing for wrestling.
Yes,
So,
we need that.
you're right. I think we do. So, like, let's search for that
We need
heat
it.
again.
We need it like how Vince McMahon was. We need... Listen, I know this is probably the unpopular decision.
Oh, yeah, probably.
I am for racism in wrestling because I think it just creates heat. And